watched your movie over the weekend. It is absolutely fantastic. I mean, what was it like, because this is a very heavy role. So what was it like kind of getting into this character and what drew you to this character?
I mean, I agree with you. That's exactly the adjective that I've used. It was very heavy. Ironically enough, I'd worked on a film before that where I was also terminal.
Mhm.
So I was sort of like back in this space again.
Yeah.
And it was challenging at times, but that's, I think, the type of work I enjoy the most. I don't
Yeah.
want it to be easy. And I felt just very grateful that they thought of someone like me. I was the last one to come on board, and
Mhm.
To see such an incredible cast and be thought of for such a transformative role, that really meant a lot to me as an
Right.
actor. And I was really, really excited. It was such a unique story that you think could be something so sort of simple and possible, but yet incredibly complex. And I always love, these very in-depth character stories, where you don't really need so much activity, going on. It's really about their own personal journeys. So sort of a mix of all of those things that I was just on board immediately.
Totally. I mean, what was the most challenging thing for you with this character?
I mean, I tried to really embody as much of the physicality as possible. There was a funny story that one of our producers, I sort of came in for a limited amount of the production. I was only there for like maybe a week. And then while I was there, they put together this cast dinner for us, which was a lot of fun. And I think I'd already worked a day or so. And our producer at the dinner told this story, and I thought it was hilarious because he said that, he was watching me on my first day or something. I think we had a very heavy scene where with Matt, with Finn's character, we were fighting. So it was like right away into a very intense emotional scene. And our producer was sitting at Video Village, he's sort of watching, the monitors, and he's watching what I'm doing. And they had only really come to me with the script beforehand. And so they're just seeing what I'm doing for the first time. And he's like, what is she doing with her breath? But it was such a funny moment because I was like, well, I'm dying. Like, I'm not going to be
Happy or lucky.
normal in this sense that you would think. I mean, I'm terminal and she has an oxygen tank, So it was just this funny moment of like, he didn't necessarily expect it. It was sort of a surprise. But again, that's what, was so beautiful and why I feel so grateful to be part of this project. Like there was just so much like trust involved.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we all worked together, but it was just sort of like handing it over to me to see what I was going to do with it. And so I think really making sure that I was able to embrace all of that. When I first came in, I think the night before we were going to shoot that scene,
Mm-hmm.
I met Alex, our writer-director, at the hotel and was able to sit with him for a good amount of time and really, pick his brain on all of that. Like, where is she at? And, what is her story? And, what is the dynamic with her sons? Like, so that I could, have as much as possible because, you're was only there for a limited amount of time. It's a quick shoot, and you want to get into all of that. So I think just embracing all of the physicality of her and understanding, the dynamic between, the relationships that she has with each of her boys that are so different.